Have you ever wondered why, even today, there seems to be so much division within the global Black community? The answer lies in a strategy, a weapon more powerful than any gun or cannon, wielded for centuries by colonial powers. It's a strategy called divide and rule, and for Black people, it turned unity into chains. For centuries, the greatest fear of the colonizer wasn't rebellion itself, but a *united rebellion. Think about it. A unified front of enslaved people, from the Americas to the Caribbean, would have been unstoppable. So they devised a plan, a form of psychological warfare designed to fracture Black identity from the inside out. They knew that if they could turn brother against brother, they could maintain control forever. It started on the plantations. Newly arrived Africans were deliberately separated from those who had been there longer. People from the same ethnic groups, who spoke the same languages and shared the same cultures, were scattered across different plantations to prevent them from organizing. Imagine being torn from your home, only to find that the person you might have found solace with is now positioned as a stranger, or worse, a rival. But the division went even deeper. They created hierarchies based on the most arbitrary and cruel of standards: skin tone. The colonizers introduced the concept of colorism, creating a brutal spectrum. Those with lighter skin, often the children of the enslavers themselves, were given preferential treatment. They might work in the big house instead of the fields. They might be given slightly better food or clothing. It was a calculated move. By granting small, almost insignificant privileges, they created resentment and jealousy. The dark-skinned field hand would look at the light-skinned house servant not as a fellow captive, but as someone who was complicit, someone who was better off. This wedge was driven deep into the heart of the community. This tactic wasn't just limited to skin color. Religion became another tool. Enslaved Africans who converted to Christianity were often seen as more civilized and trustworthy by the enslavers, creating another layer of separation from those who held onto their traditional African spiritual beliefs. Suddenly, faith, something that should bring people together, became a marker of who was in and who was out. The division was also geographical. Colonizers pitted Africans against those born in the Caribbean. They manufactured rivalries, spreading rumors and stereotypes. The Jamaican was told the Bajan was lazy. The African American was told the Haitian was volatile. These weren't organic disagreements. They were carefully crafted narratives designed to prevent a pan-regional, pan-African alliance from ever taking root. Why? Because an enslaved person in Brazil realizing they have the same struggle as someone in Jamaica is the first step toward a global revolution. This wasn't just politics. It was a profound psychological assault. As thinkers like Frantz Fanon explained, colonialism works by forcing the colonized to internalize the colonizer's worldview. Black people were taught to see each other through the eyes of their oppressors. They were taught to value proximity to whiteness and to devalue their own African heritage. The goal was to create what was called an alienated class, a group of educated or slightly privileged black individuals who would help police the rest of their own people, believing they were somehow different, somehow better. Even the path to freedom was used as a tool of division. The promise of manumission, or being freed, was often dangled as a reward for loyalty or for informing on others. This turned the dream of liberty into a competitive, individual pursuit rather than a collective struggle. If I behave, if I report that planned uprising, maybe I will be freed. It's a devil's bargain. Forcing someone to choose their own potential freedom at the expense of their communities. You might think that with the end of slavery and colonialism, these divisions would have faded away. But they didn't. They just evolved. The divide and rule strategy is like a virus that has mutated over time. The old plantation hierarchies became the new class divisions in post-colonial societies. The educated versus the uneducated, the urban elite versus the rural poor, the respectable black person versus the radical. Think about modern politics. Look at how black leaders are often pitted against each other in the media. Look at the constant debates about who is authentically black enough. Look at the lingering tensions between African Americans and African immigrants, or between different Caribbean nationalities. These are not new problems. These are the echoes of the plantation, the ghosts of the colonial strategy still haunting us. The system of division never ended. It just got a new name. It's in our media, in our politics, and sometimes, tragically, in our own minds. We are still grappling with the mental chains forged centuries ago. Colorism still plagues our communities. Classism creates walls between us. And nationalistic pride sometimes prevents us from seeing the bigger picture of our shared global struggle. Great leaders like Malcolm X and Kwame Nkrumah understood this. They knew that the first step toward true liberation was to break these mental chains. They preached Pan-Africanism, the idea that all people of African descent, wherever they are in the world, share a common destiny and must unite. They told us to unlearn the hatred that was taught to us and to see the beauty, strength, and value in ourselves and in each other. The journey to decolonize our minds is the most important battle we face today. It means actively challenging colorism when we see it. It means building bridges between different black communities, listening to each other's unique experiences without judgment. It means understanding that a victory for black people in Brazil is a victory for black people in London, and a struggle for justice in the Congo is a struggle for all of us. Rebuilding black unity worldwide is not just a dream. It's a necessity. It's about recognizing that the divisions were imposed on us to keep us weak. Our power, our true, unshakable power, has always been in our togetherness. The colonizers knew it then, and the systems of oppression know it now. It's time we fully realized it for ourselves. It's time to break the chains and unite. Thank you so much for watching. If this history resonates with you, please share this video to help spread awareness. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content that uncovers the hidden truths of our past to empower our future.